Hi everyone. I have a little frog in my throat. It's Mary from Couture. Well, actually, Mary from Studio 66, and I use Couture products, but I also do lots of other things. So I was going to show you some other things that I'm doing. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Look, I just wanted to show you. This was the final result of our little fish project, and for those who didn't see this. We actually these were some items that I got on I got from Dollar Tree. So see, this wood is ultra thick. It's probably, oh my goodness, probably half an inch thick. And you could put anything on here, by the way. That's just what I did. But I just wanted to show you the final outcome. And then I also got this cord from Dollar Tree. If you like, you could even leave these blank. You could. You don't have to put anything on here, or you could, you could put whatever you want. Your last name, your initial, eat, beach, repeat, whatever you want. And you could even put nothing on there, and that would all be fine. Okay, so this was just an example of all the things you could do. So I just wanted to show you this. This is probably, if I had to estimate, these fish are probably 8 inches across. And probably close to 1.5, 2 feet from top to bottom. And this is, the whole cost for this is, oh gosh, $5 maybe. So, because I got all this from the Dollar Tree, and I ended up gluing the little rope on here with a glue gun. Glue gun's your best friend. So I did a lot, and then these fish with the rope here, these came this way. And I just painted these with acrylic paints, and I used beach colors. So, but I thought that came out really nice. And like I said, you can always customize this stuff. Like, you could put whatever words. You don't have to put any words on there. You could just leave it with just the 3 fish, which I think would be fine. Or you could, you could put your own saying on there. Whatever you want. You could put your last name, you could put your kids' names, lots of different things you can do with this. So I just wanted to show you this. And it's pretty heavy, and you would just hang it, like hang it on an entryway or something like that. So, but it did come out really well. Definitely like this project. So I just wanted to show you that. So let me put that to the side. And then I wanted to show you what we're going to do today, which is, and I did some examples to kind of show you how these would look. So what we did was we made little stickers. Let me show you how. So I made some stickers. Let me show you examples of these, okay? So, and what I did was, I'll just run through this project and kind of explain to you. I did some of it. I like to do some of it in advance just to make sure I like the way it looks and it's something I want to show you guys. So what I did was I went to my Cricut machine and I cut out little circles of vinyl. I just used scrap vinyl that I had on hand, and I looked at my colors. I picked 4 colors. I got yellow, pink, gray, and purple. And then what I did is I cut out circles. So I did like a little under 3 inches so I could get 4 across. And then I just cut them on my Cricut. And I don't know if you guys know how to use a Cricut, but here's the thing. If you don't know how to use a Cricut, and you just want to get vinyl, there's a very low-tech way to do this, and I'll explain it to you. You can actually just take your sheet of vinyl, and you can actually just lay like a glass or a jar. Actually, yeah, because this is almost the exact same measurement, and you can just trace with a pencil and cut out circles with your vinyl. I happen to have a Cricut, so I use the Cricut. So by no means do you let that be a hindrance, but you probably want to work with these. These are the transfers that I was using, and the ones in here, the ones that I already used. But they're about a little under, I'd say 3 inches would be a good estimate, a little under 3 inches. So what you could do is you could use, you could just, estimate. You could do a circle that's 3 inches. You can use, the bottom of if you have ink paste or something like that, that's about 3 inches. That works too, because that when I'm laying this on here, that's like the exact measurement. It's like almost identical. So you can just take a piece of vinyl and just do a pencil and trace it on the outline. Do an outline, and you know, like say you had a pencil, it was not a pencil, but you could just draw on your vinyl, go around with a light pen or pencil, and then just cut around it too. So I just happen to have all the fancy gadgetry of the Cricut, so I used the Cricut, and this worked really fast. Like, it cuts it out in pretty fast. I have a maker, if that helps. And so if you have a Cricut maker or a Silhouette or a cutting, scan and cut, Brother, any of those kind of cutting machines will work. And you want to use permanent vinyl if you can, okay? So this just happened to be some vinyl I had on hand, okay? So then the next thing I did was, I tried this with paste, and I tried it with ink to see, and I believe you probably want to go with ink if I had to. But, so I did these two with paste, and the paste is going to be, see, those two are paste, and these two are ink. And the ink, I think, is a little thinner. It's definitely a little thinner. So I think that's probably what you want to do. Okay, but just my suggestion on that. So basically, I'll step you through one, and then I'm going to show you how you kind of seal it and make it permanent. Okay, so let's just try this purple one. Okay, because I haven't used the purple yet. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to use an ink again. So I'm going to go with an ink that I have. Let's do white, because that's kind of a good one. So say that I decided to do this Go Wild transfer. You know what? Maybe I'll just do this margarita one, because it's already, I'm going to use this margarita one because I already cut it out. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you, is I'm going to center this on here, okay? So what I do is I kind of eyeball things, but it so happens that this is pretty centered. I can just see the tip of the circle on all four sides, so I know it's pretty close to being centered, okay? So hang on, I'm going to just check that. This was a permanent ink, though, so yeah, I think I would recommend the permanent ink, so let's go with this, okay? So now, hang on, I want to make sure I got that centered. I'm kind of picky about getting things centered, so bear with me. I'm just going to try this again here. So I'm trying to just kind of balance the top and the bottom. And then what you can do, there, that looks pretty good. Okay, so sometimes what I'll do is I'll hold this up to the light, and I'm like, okay, that looks pretty good, because I can see through the light that looks pretty centered, okay? So then what I do is I take my ink. I'm going to use this white ink because it's pretty bright. And then I'll show you the process, but then I have some that are kind of finished, so you can kind of see. So I'm going to just mix this. This is the ink, so you kind of want it to be a little bit thinner. So let me see here. I'm just going to grab, oh, heck, I'll use this one. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this around. And ink is definitely going to be thinner than your paste, okay? So I'm just going to, I have a million different size squeegees that I just kind of cut whenever I need them, but I'm just going to show you the process, and then I'll work with the finished ones, because I'm going to show you how to dry those. So you're just going to kind of go like this, and you're just going to kind of put it on and make sure that there's no, here, I'll try and show you this. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to scrape all that off. You really do not need a lot. Just make sure it's covered. And I will tell you that the inks and pastes, they go on very smoothly on vinyl. So it's a good surface. Vinyl is definitely a good surface. I would say use a permanent vinyl. I think you would just be better off doing that. I know if you know anything about the world of vinyl, you know that there's some kind of temporary vinyl, and then there's permanent. I would go with the permanent one. So I'm just going to hold this piece of vinyl down, and I'm going to pull off the sticker, or pull off the screen, okay? The screen transfer. And you're just going to be careful, trying to be careful so you don't spread the ink all over the place. Okay, good, that worked out. Okay, so I'm just going to drop this in here so it can kind of soak. So you don't want to soak these forever, but if you need to do that, so here's what that looks like. See that? That's kind of cute if I don't say so myself. So Now, we're going to just let this dry, okay? So now what you could do, if you were kind of in a rush and you wanted to get the sticker made quickly, you could do this. You could take a blow dryer. I'll show you this. You could take a blow dryer. I'll just pop this out for a second, and I'm just going to show you what you do, okay? Hang on. I'm going to go over here and plug it in my blow dryer. And I'm just going to show you real quick. Oh, and I smudged it, of course. Okay, here's what you would do. Okay, you would hold this up, and you would dry it. So that's all you do. You dry it. You dry that for a couple of minutes, and it will kind of dry your ink. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. I just have a regular blow dryer here. Okay, so that's all you're doing. So I'm gonna put this one aside. So see, you just dry it. You're gonna dry that, okay? You're just gonna dry that off, and then you just kind of trim it off. And I'm gonna put this one aside because I just kind of wanted to show you that process. Okay, but that's how. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is we're gonna take one that I've already gone through the process of drying. Let's do this one. So let's chill. Okay. So what you do is you put this over here, and you take this is like a parchment paper, and you're just gonna put it on here. I'm gonna rest it on here, and I'm gonna take this is a Cricut Easy Press. It's like a mini press. So you're just gonna take it, and you're just gonna kind of press it for 3 or 4 minutes. Okay. And you're just going to try, basically what this is doing is it's sealing. I should probably not do this directly in my counter, but I'm just going to put this underneath it. But you're sealing it so that you're kind of sealing the ink so that it's, so that, you know, there's no way it'll come off. So I'm just going to iron this, and you're going to do this for like 3 or 4 minutes, okay? And then you're just going to, you're going to iron this really good. And this is just kind of sealing the ink so that it stays on the vinyl. So then you can put this on a water bottle or a laptop or something like that. And I'm just going to kind of go over, I have this on low heat. I don't know, or you can, if you have an iron, you can use an iron as well. Just don't use the steam setting, okay? You don't want to use, you don't want steam. That's what you don't want, okay? So here, I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna kind of keep doing this, right? And you're just gonna keep running the heat over. By the way, this is a Cricut Easy Press, and it's the mini. I love this thing. I've made a lot of stuff with this, and this thing is still going strong. I think I've made over 1,200 items with this, and it still works great. It is by far the best Cricut tool I own. So, all right, so now I'm going to just put this down. It has a little holder, by the way. I can show you that. See the little holder? So I love this thing. It's very compact, and I use it all the time. So I'm going to show you this. See? It kind of seals it in. And it kind of crisps up the, yeah, perfect. And it dries the ink really good. So I'm just gonna run that turned out, and I'm gonna do one more because I just kind of want to show you. So I would recommend between the ink and the paste that you're probably going to want to use the ink. That's what I would do. The ink you would probably want to dry with a blow dryer real quick, but this whole process is pretty darn fast, so you can do this pretty fast. So I'm just going to run my iron over that. That's probably really good. Okay, so I'm going to take this off, and I'm gonna do one more. See? And then I'm just going to show you this other one. I made this one too earlier. So I'm just going to do this one. So you just put it, lay it down, you put your parchment paper over, and then you just iron. Okay? And this will seal in the ink, which I think is really cool. And you know what, just for a test, I'm going to try this with the paste and see if it works. I'm going to do a little test here, but I generally think you probably want to use the ink because I think it sets better, probably because it's more permanent. Because the paste is kind of, a lot of times you can kind of clean the paste off. Like you can, you know, if you have it on a chalkable surface, like a reusable surface, you can you can wipe it off. So that's why I would say you probably want to use the ink here. But I'm going to test both of them, and I will let you know how that test comes out, okay? But like I said, these are about a little under 3 inches. These are the vinyl is. So yeah, and you could probably even put those on this on acrylic. Yeah, you could see this here project. You could probably put these little transfers on here, the little square transfers. So I just wanted to show you that as well. Okay, so like I said, the easy if you don't have the Cricut Easy Press, it's a really good investment. And so there. So I'm gonna, yeah, that ink should be completely. And you can do these any different color you want. I just chose those colors, and I just used some vinyl I had on hand. So you know, I think I'm gonna do that purple. I'm gonna do. I think that one's pretty good. Okay, I'll put this one to the side. So you just kind of do this for all of them, okay? So this I tried with a paste. So we're gonna, that is a paste. So I wanted to see how that looks. This may or may not work, so we're gonna find out. So, so I'm just kind of running it over, putting even good pressure, and that's another thing I like about this Cricut press. So you don't have to do, you know, a crazy amount of pressure. I have the big, massive press, and I'm not going to lie, I think I like this better. It's just a lot easier to work with, and it's smaller, more compact. And honestly, I think that heat's better. I think it's a much more consistent heat. So this has 3 settings, by the way, which is kind of crazy. The high setting is very, very hot. I really only use the low setting. So let's see. Okay, so... Okay. That seems to work too. So that's interesting. So I'm going to try one more of my, this one's a little off center, but I wanted to just test this out. So I'm going to lay my parchment on there. I'm just going to iron this. And these are really cool because you can use them on like water bottles, or you can use them on laptops, notebooks, lots of different things. So I would recommend the permanent vinyl with it, especially if it's on a water bottle, I would say. If it's on a notebook or something, then it probably doesn't matter, because, you know, you're not going to, a notebook's probably not going to get as exposed to like water where you would have on a water bottle. So that's why I say that. So now I'm kind of pressing all of these. Let's see how this one looks. Okay, that turned out good too. Okay, they all turned out very nice. Actually, the paste seems to set pretty well too, which is great. Yeah, that's pretty permanent. Wow, that's great. So, yeah, that's pretty permanent. I'm trying to see if I can get that off. No, that's pretty good. Gotta love it. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more. I want to just set all these guys. Yeah, but if you can get vinyl, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure Dollar Tree has vinyl. See that? Okay. So now I'm going to do this last one, which was beautiful until I smudged it. So hang on, I'm going to see if I can fix this. Hold on, I'm just going to put it up there. There we go. I got it. Okay. Now, let's see. Is this ink dry? Probably not. I probably should dry this ink. But let's see here. No, I'm just going to seal that. So now I'm going to lay that on there. And I'm just going to seal it. And what this does is it basically, you do this when you put ink on a t-shirt too. It basically sets the ink in place, so it kind of makes it permanent. So even though the ink would be permanent on a shirt, it's kind of like the heat kind of just gets the ink and the fiber similar to this, okay? So it basically just kind of makes sure that the ink won't come off. So, so if you want to do this for like 3 to 4 minutes, okay? So now I'm gonna, this is a really cute way to make stickers, you know. If you have any kids, I know kids, my kids love stickers. They have them all, kids of all ages love stickers. They have them on laptops, and a lot of times, I mean, I know you can buy stickers at the store and all that, but it's kind of fun to make them. And you can make them with really any of the colors of the inks. So I'm just gonna, here, I'll show you what that looks ended up looking like. Okay, good. So, and you know, vinyl, some vinyl, like there's also vinyl for clothes. So the vinyl is pretty good in the heat. So let me see how that looks. That's pretty good. That is on there pretty darn good. That's impressive. Okay, so I'm just gonna, here, make sure that looks good. Yeah, that's on there. No question. That really does work very well. So that is set, which I love. So now, and I'm just going to show you this final step here. So, okay, so then you're just going to, so once I set all these, you can, if you're going to do a lot of them, kind of I recommend doing it assembly style. Make them all, dry them all, set them all, and then they're all complete. So that one turned out kind of cute. I like that one. So now I'm going to determine, I have a water bottle here. So first, make sure you turn your blazing hot heat press off, okay? So you're going to turn that off. And then I had this water bottle, and I'm just going to show you how that works. So now what I'm going to do, and this might be obvious, so I'm just going to put this over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, oh, and by the way, this is Reynolds parchment paper, okay? You can buy these in big sheets. They're really, really cheap. You can also get them at Dollar Tree. It's very affordable. This is a very affordable thing to do. So it's just parchment. I've used the same piece for a long time. You can use it over and over. I've never had an issue, but it's kind of like a protective barrier that just kind of separates your material from the heat, and it works really, really well. I would definitely recommend getting some of that for this project. So now I have my water bottle, and it's this glass bottle. It's got a little cute little cap. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna peel this. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, now I'm gonna peel this vinyl off. And so you're just gonna take the vinyl off the backing, okay? So hold on. Okay, my fingernails need to be a little longer, so you're just going to peel this off the backing. So it's kind of like a sticker, okay? So like, you know how a sticker has backing? Here, that's kind of what it looks like. So I'm just going to lay this on, and I'm just going to drop it on my water bottle, like halfway down, and it will adhere really quickly. And what I tend to do, guys, is I tend to go out to in. So I kind of do the outside, and then I press on either side, okay? So, and this is vinyl really does adhere very quickly. So there you go. So now it's on my water bottle. See that? It's kind of cute. Okay, and then you do zoom it on. So that's kind of what it looks like, and I don't know if you can see it through the other side there. So yeah, but it goes on really cool, and you just kind of press it on, and there you go. So that's kind of cool. And I got to tell you, this 3 inches is a really good estimate. It's like a smidge under 3 inches. And I'm really bad with actually measuring anything. I kind of eyeball it, but I'm pretty good at eyeballing it because it's pretty close. So, and you just, you want to make sure, obviously, it's aligned, right? So that your image is aligned. And, you could even go ahead and put another one on the back if you wanted. You could. I tend to like just to have one on there, but you could definitely put more than one on there. So that's what you do. So, it's really cute. So that being the case, here I'll just run back over all this and just kind of step through this process for you. So what you do is you just kind of, you got your vinyl circles, and you can either cut them out or you can cut them in a cricket or a silhouette, a little under 3 inches, like 2 7/8 inches. Okay, that's what I would do. Probably want to use permanent vinyl. Okay, this is Oracle vinyl, ORACLE. And then what you're just a bunch of different colors. Probably gonna make some more of these. These are kind of fun. So I just used gray, yellow, pink, and purple. That's what I had on hand, and I cut those. And then you, I tried both with ink and paste, so I'm tell you which one I think is end up being better by the end of this. Okay. The one I put on my bottle here is ink. Okay. But then what you do is you take your transfer, your little transfers here. You take one. These are about 3 inches across. And you center them over the circles. So you just kind of make sure they're in the middle, or wherever you want them. You put them on the circles, and then you use your squeegee, and you kind of you put whatever ink you want. I think I would recommend ink. You could try paste if you wanted. I don't know how durable paste would be. Paste would be like in a dishwasher. But you could try it. You could try it and see how it goes, right? And then you are going to then you take the Cricut Easy Press, the mini, which is a wonderful tool, and then you take your parchment paper and you iron over it with your Easy Press. If you don't have an Easy Press, you're fine to use an iron. That's totally fine. Just don't use the steam. Just make sure there's no steam, because you don't want the moisture. You want the heat, no moisture. So then you do like 3 to 4 minutes, and then that helps the ink set. Okay. And this says, I don't know if you can read that. It says "Let's chill." Okay. And the ink kind of has a velvety feel. It almost feels like a suede kind of a feel. So and it's really cute. So now I'm going to use this for my iced tea, and I will do a little. I'll let you know how well it holds up. Okay. So that is a little fun project that if you have kids like me that are getting bored, it's a great project for that. Okay. You could keep them very busy with this. So yeah, but these are my. So yeah, that one was with paste, and by the way, that says Aloha. I don't know if you can see that. It's actually brighter in person. I used like a mint on this. This is Life is Better in flip-flops. This one just says Bring on the Sunshine, which I was a little off-centered there. But I love the yellow and the orange together. Definitely I love that. And then this was a little margarita guy, which also would have looked really good on here. I think that might have looked even better on here, now that I'm thinking about it, but I kind of like pink. So anyway, so those are stickers. You can make stickers out of vinyl. I thought that was an ultra fun project, very quick and easy to do. And so definitely try that, okay? So your best friends are going to be simple and easy projects for your kids over the summer, or yourself, just kind of something fun to do. So yeah, and you could actually, just so you know, I had a couple of these extra acrylic circles. You can use these. I'll just show you this one more thing. You can use these transfers. These are like 3 inches. You can drop them on acrylic here too. So you can drop this on an acrylic, and you can do that too. See, and you can put that on acrylic too, and you can definitely center it. It's pretty easy to center. So yeah. So you can put these on acrylic too. So a couple of things, and let me see here. Of course, I don't have that centered, because my centering is always my biggest challenge. But you know what? It's not that hard. You just have to kind of get used to it. But so you just center it on here, and you can do that, like I said. What I usually do is I just kind of hold it up. And I've done a lot of work with vinyl, and I've also done a lot of work with like centering things on jewelry boxes. So you get to have a really good eye for it, and it's sad to say, but like sometimes I don't really measure anything anymore. I just kind of eyeball everything, which is really not probably the best strategy. But I don't know. I haven't had anyone complain about things being centered. Oh, here's another strategy. This is even better. Here, do it this way. You actually flip the transfer over, and you just kind of drop this on here. That's actually probably a better strategy. Yeah, that works much better. So there you go. So that's pretty good. So then you just, and then you would just squeegee this. Okay, so it's pretty easy to do. So you can use these transfers on acrylic, wood, metals, lots of different things. Okay, so there's just lots of options with these. Okay, these are small transfers, so you can use them on lots of different things. I'm just going to put this one back here. So, and then you put them in here, you let them soak, you rinse them off, and you reuse them. Okay, and they have a pretty long shelf life because I've used a lot of these many times. They say like 8 to 12 times, but honestly, I've used them way more than that if you just clean them well. So yeah, so that is my final product, which says "Let's Chill," and it's a very cute water bottle. This would be really good for kids' birthdays. If you have girls' birthday parties, this would be fun. Okay, definitely fun thing to make because it would be quick and easy. So I'm going to probably be teaching some classes at the Vernon Hills Park District and at the possibly at the Highland Park Art Center. Still working on that. And I think another art center. So once I have some information, I'll kind of post it if you happen to be in the area and you want to come. And then another cool thing that's going to happen is they're going to, with these transfers, with every one of these transfers, we're going to have little ways to do cutouts that kind of go around them. And I will be able to do a lot more cutouts with these. So like to kind of give pictures more dimension. So that's coming up too. So I'll have more information on that soon. So and just a couple other things that I do, because I do a lot of different things. I have this cute little necklace. I don't know if you can see this. This is snap jewelry. I can show you that. See snap jewelry? And you can just kind of pop these on and off the necklaces. I do a lot with that. And that's just one of many things I do. So, but I just wanted to hop on. I hadn't been on in a while. I got a little cold, so now I'm feeling a little better. But if you are interested in this project and you want more information, just let me know, and I can shoot you over a supply list, okay, of what you need, okay? Talk to you soon. Have a great evening, and I hope you're having a great summer. Bye-bye.